Guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Sweep the Pod podcast.
And gals.
And gals.
And gals.
It's
We don't want to genderize.
Official, unofficial. How do we say it? Episode watching?
Our lawyer says we have to say the official, unofficial Cobra Kai rewatch podcast.
There you go. And we're on episode 3 of Cobra Kai. It's called Esquelito.
Esquelito. And it's exciting. First of all, we're both wearing black today.
I'm always wearing black.
I'm wearing cashmere. You're wearing a t-shirt from, it looks like the 1970s?
It's from the Stress Factory in New Jersey. It's a comedy club. I know you don't perform in them a lot.
Looks like Bill Clinton was president when
It's
that
all faded.
t-shirt was made.
Oh, buddy, I just got off a plane again. So, I don't know when I'm ever going to get a full night's sleep before the pod.
Listen.
It'll come. It'll come.
You're a hard worker, and we love you for it.
You keep making fun of my t-shirts off camera.
Your t-shirts, I'll make fun of them on camera as well.
I know, but I meant maybe for the next 3 episodes, I'll wear a button down.
What's funny is you like to make fun of me for not working. You've never been in a comedy club. You don't know how to do anything.
Come on.
Well, who's got the cashmere and the Rolex, and who's got the Sicilian chain and a t-shirt from Goodwill?
Stress Factory. Yeah, you never done the Stress Factory?
I have done the Stress Factory.
It's great, man. By Rutgers.
Vinny, was that the name of the guy?
Yeah, Vinny Brand.
Vinny Brand.
By the way, you know I'm joking.
No, I don't think you are.
Come on, man.
I don't think you are, and it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. I don't think you
tell.
are. Let us get into this episode. Great episode.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Esquelito, which is Spanish for school.
I thought Escuela was school.
Escuela, I don't know where the ito comes from. Escuelito.
Little school?
Little school. Maybe because it's a little school and no one's a student yet in Cobra Kai.
Could you check what Esquelito means? I don't trust Dan.
Esquelito. Little school. Thank you, Mara. Mara's our fact checker.
Well, you're the one that got your degree from Anthony Hopkins University in languages.
First of all, Anthony Hopkins University is highly accredited. And Esquelito, I'm assuming, is named after the little school that is Cobra Kai that we are, in this episode, looking for students. We need students. We got to pay the rent. But we start off by meeting Miguel's family.
Well, first off, love the soundtrack. Kicking it off with Rat.
What's Rat?
The band. Round and round, doom, 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 your love and mine.
Sorry, I wasn't listening to Rat when I was growing up. I wasn't a Rat listener.
It's all part of the soundtrack. Amazing.
It's a great
soundtrack.
Very
Foreigner,
fun.
Rat.
We meet Miguel's family. Grandma, hilarious. Grandma's funny. And I don't think, do we meet Vanessa yet? Do we meet Carmen?
No, you skipped a part.
What?
In the beginning, when Dan is watching Samantha, Courtney comes in, and that's when she's shitting on me. My character.
Wait, Daniel LaRusso?
Yeah.
Is watching Samantha do what?
He's like paying attention to her. And remember, Courtney comes down and says, I had my hands in the popcorn machine. And then she said, I started an illegal gambling ring in the break room.
Yes.
Just to see if he was paying attention.
Yes.
And there's a theme there because
By the way, don't say Courtney. Say her name in the show.
What is it?
Courtney LaRusso. What's her name in the show? Amanda.
Amanda
LaRusso.
It's so it's hard to. I forget.
Yeah, I know, but this is a rewatch podcast, so this is our job.
So Amanda comes down.
We know it's hard, but
and
this is
shits
our
on
job.
me, and which is going to be a common theme, and I think why I'm missing in season 2, which we won't get there yet.
She's had enough here.
Because she did not like me. Eventually, obviously, spoiler alert, I grew on her, but in the first season, not a fan of Louis.
No.
And then, we get to meet. Then it comes to us in. When are we in the car dealership?
Can we get the summary of the episode? Jesus Christ.
It doesn't matter. We'll go out of text.
No, we should know. We should know what happens in the episodes. Literally, that is what the podcast is.
I thought she comes downstairs. He's looking at Samantha. Then we meet Miguel's family. And then we cut back to me and you at the dealership talking to Daniel.
Okay.
Or Ralph.
Let's go with that.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just go with it.
So we're at Miguel's family.
Right.
Fun jerk off joke.
Vanessa comes in.
Who,
Truth be told, me and you were probably
We both had a crush on her.
We
both had a crush. Is that what you were going to say?
No, I was going to say we were closer with Courtney and Vanessa or...
okay, no, I wasn't going to say that either. I did not... Okay, I thought we both had a crush on her. Apparently, we did not have a crush on her. There was no crushing going on with Vanessa.
Stop projecting. Did you have a crush on her?
I did have a crush on her.
Okay, so just say you had a crush on her.
I had a crush on her.
Okay.
But she's out of my league.
Yeah, you think?
Wow, what an asshole. But is that the, first of all, I think she's firmly in my league.
Then why'd you say she's out of your league?
I think she's out of my league.
Okay. But I was going to say that of the cast, some of us, you hang out more. And
yes.
Courtney, Vanessa, me and you.
We're a crew.
We were a crew.
We're a fun crew.
And she's also very funny.
She's hilarious. Oh, that's right. We went to dinner, the four of us.
You took us to a Persian restaurant.
We went to a Persian restaurant in Atlanta called, what was the name of that place?
I don't know. You booked it.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. Rumi's Kitchen? I think it's Rumi's Kitchen. Yeah. Very good Persian food. If you're ever in Atlanta, tell them Dan sent you.
Can we just say Atlanta has some great restaurants?
Fantastic restaurants. We really experienced some great restaurants there. Anyway, back to Miguel and his family and his grandma. And now Daniel is worried about his daughter. He needs advice on his daughter. And that's when you and we got to give him advice. We give him advice.
And, basically, and I kind of agree with Louis' advice.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
This is your kid. You got to take the phone, see what they got.
Really? You would do that?
Yeah.
You'd look at the phone of your kid?
Yep.
Are you the type of parent who would have your kid on like Find My Friends so you know where they are at all times?
Well, then I wouldn't lose them because I don't know what Find My Friends is.
You know what Find My Friends is?
No.
On your iPhone, when you can like someone adds you as a friend and then you can see where they are. Like there's a little blue dot showing you where they are.
No, I don't know.
Your flip phone doesn't have that?
No,
your flip Android?
My BlackBerry?
So you're interesting because I would think you're less of a helicopter parent.
And it's not a helicopter parent. It's just, I'm keeping tabs on them, but they're going to know I'm keeping tabs on them.
Okay. So
I see nothing wrong in Daniel's parenting in this episode. I know they try to make him out like Courtney, who's always, Amanda, who's always the voice of reason, but I see nothing wrong in what he's doing as a father.
Okay.
Because, there's some things that I would think would go differently in real life. Like for instance, in episode 2, when they're at the country club and he's like, Dad, where's my drink? Bring me my drink.
Oh, you're talking about when Larusso's son.
In real life, I think he'd get a slap for that, especially, in an Italian household from New Jersey, you're getting a slap. The other thing is,
were you hit as a child?
Of course.
You were.
You weren't?
I was.
Yeah.
But I feel like my hits, your mom must have hit you a lot harder than my mom did.
I mean, look, she had 3 boys and she was by herself.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's throwing beatings. Now, at a certain age, did it hurt like it did when I was 9? No. We pretended it did to make her feel better.
Right.
But I'm just saying, the way Italian fathers are, I know the way my grandfather would. Do you know my real father went to pick my mother up on a first date and he had jeans on? And my grandfather sent him home to put a suit on.
I love that.
Because he said, my daughter's not a whore. You're going to dress like a gentleman.
Come on.
I'm dead serious.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I love that.
Especially that off the boat Sicilians, like that generation, they were very protective. But the daughters knew that.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same dynamic in a Persian household.
Yes.
You're very protective of them.
I do have the iconic line in this episode. Girls with daddy issues are the worst. And the best.
I thought my ad lib with Wesley Snipes was better, but
it was an ad lib. It was off the cuff, fantastic, very funny.
Which we would not probably have gotten away with it if Caleb and which is Jada Pinkett's brother, is the executive producer. He laughed and loved it and said we got to keep it.
By the way, I don't know. I know that you're not on camera a lot because you don't do a lot of TV shows as much as I do. But when you start talking and you put this in front of your face and you say, Caleb, you're covering.
That's, let me explain to you. That's your camera. This is mine. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this.
Caleb Pinkett, Jada Pinkett's brother, very great producer, very fun producer, would walk around with his shirt off and his six pack.
Can I just say, on whatever little shows I've been on, I know you were on the Nickelodeon show.
Disney, do not say the N-word.
But whatever it was when you were Falafel Phil.
Yes.
Whatever shows I've been on, I will tell you from top to bottom, from the network to the showrunners to the production companies. So everybody, there wasn't one weak link in the chain, in my opinion.
Brett, we're done shooting the whole series. You're not
well, that's why I can praise
Kissing Up is not going to get you anything.
I'm just saying.
You're not going to get any more roles in another season.
The way
I know you want to spin off.
and what Sony was in, everybody across the board. Now, I don't know what went on behind the scenes, but on set, there was no egos. Everybody was having fun, and it was great.
You know why I think that is? I think it's because I've been on shows where there have been nightmare actors on the shows.
Yes.
And that infects everything.
Everything.
I think that Billy Zabka and Ralph Macchio are so insanely grateful that they have gotten this third act in their careers, that they've gotten this kind of breath of fresh air into this franchise that they were a part of. They are not taking it for granted. They're so grateful. Every day they come on set, they're so excited, they're so happy, and everyone feels it. And I think that it comes from the two of them. They're just like, they infect everyone with this goodwill and this gratitude.
I'm going to one-up you on this.
Okay.
You're assuming because it's in their third act. That's just who they are. I think they were always that way.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying it's giving them such insane gratitude that this is happening right now. And I think that that's something that when you're in your career and you probably, you don't know if you're going to get another insane spike,
right?
You're like, even if you're the most gratitude-y person, you're like, okay, that was an awesome ride. But then when you get that ride again and it's bigger than the first couple, it's like euphoria. And and you feel it off of them.
I mean, I'm just saying too, even if it was their first ride, I think they're both the type of people.
You can agree with me once. It's not going to kill you.
Yeah, but the thing
literally, I'm saying like the nicest
thing.
You're such an asshole. I'm saying
not an asshole.
You are an asshole because I'm just saying.
To me, it comes off saying, "Oh, they should be. They were grateful. That's why that everybody was nice." I'm saying that's just who they are.
Gratitude is a very important. It's a rare medal.
I think they were grateful from day one.
How do you know? Did you hang out with them before? They might have been monsters before this experience.
There's a lot.
They might have been monsters.
There's a lot about their personalities, consistencies that you can read and know. For instance, they've both been married for the same woman for a long amount of time, that they're just stand-up guys.
So as someone who's divorced, are you saying that you have character flaws? Is that what you're saying to the listeners right now?
No, I'm saying if you can make it work for that long, there's yes, I do have character flaws. No, they're both compliments to them. But again, we're both in agreement. Even the showrunners, from the writers to the directors.
Well, the showrunners also are having known them. They're such fanboys of like these 80s things that for them to be able to go to work with these people and have them as their colleagues now is like a dream come true for them too. It's just good vibes all around.
And there's another factor.
What?
Which you've worked with kids. Every once in a while, you'll get a kid that it's like every kid on there was
really great.
Yeah, they were all
well-adjusted.
See, and that was their first, and they were all humble and great and grateful.
Yeah, not me. My first.
No, not you.
I was a monster.
You're the guy that like, if you ever get into power,
oh boy,
I'm dead.
Yeah,
you're killing me first.
Everyone is. I cannot wait. We get into a theme that is sort of a big overarching theme in Cobra Kai, which is bullying, cyberbullying versus real bullying. Why do I have a feeling you have a take on this?
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't get cyber, but just cut the computer off.
It's easier said than done. Well, I mean, we kind of
if you're taking it from a kid's perspective, right? Which we are,
right?
Yeah, it could be terrible. But if you're an adult,
listen, I went through my first. No, I'm not joking. I posted a bit that was controversial, and I was getting a deluge of death threats, not like just cyberbullying, death threats, and coming after my career and coming after, shows. It's like, it was crazy. Yeah. And it was like jarring. And I'm an adult. I'm pretty well adjusted. And I was like, this is nuts. Like, I had to talk to friends of mine who are journalists who deal with this often. And they were like, I know, just like put your phone away for a week. It'll die down. But it's like, it can be really jarring to be on the receiving end of that, no matter how much of an adult you are.
I think as a comic, because we were on the forefront of social media, right? As stand-ups, especially when being at our age, like when MySpace started, I
don't know what this old guy is talking about.
Yeah. So, Dane was able to use that. Dane was like the first.
Right. Dane Cook.
Yeah. And then when the internet first started kind of coming around, I think a lot of comics were taking it, but we were so exposed to the negativity that it's almost like it's just the internet being the internet.
Right.
And then you just don't read the comments, or even if you can, you just can't care.
But again, it's something that we are somewhat prepared for. If
as
you're
adults,
a kid,
as a kid, you're not.
It's brutal, man.
Yeah.
Like I still remember. Can I tell you one of the times when I'm not even gonna call it bullying, but I have these like memories of like when awful things happen to me, that like people just say mean stuff. Here we go. I was at Anthony Hopkins University, and me and my buddy, who's a handsome guy, actually looks a lot like you.
You calling me handsome?
You're very handsome. There.
Even with my faded tight shirt.
Well, that's why you can get away with it.
I need to stop eating, man.
You can get away with it.
The road's killing me. None of my shirts are fitting anymore.
But we met these two girls, and we went back to my friend's place, and he was kissing his girl. I was kissing my girl, and I heard his girl. Mind you, back then, his girl looked over at us and said, "Oh my God, I cannot believe she's kissing that guy. He's so disgusting."
That's hilarious.
Now, first of all, that's not empathic. It's not hilarious.
But
it's stuck with me now. It's still stuck with me to this day. Mind you, in hindsight, I did have dreadlocks that were down to my chin.
No.
I rollerbladed vociferously.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I rollerbladed to class and would sit there.
Wait, how old are you here?
I'm 18, 19.
Oh, I thought you were a kid.
I rollerbladed to class, and I would sit in my lecture with my rollerblades on, and then do lecture, and then leave and rollerblade
You deserved every negative comment that she gave you. First of all, dreads are disgusting.
But first of all,
I bet your hair stunk.
It did.
Did you have a fanny pack and bike shorts on when you were rollerblading?
I would wear bike shorts under regular shorts.
No, you didn't.
Yes, and I had knee pads, and I had the wrist guards. But I think
I hate you so much.
But look,
did you kick hacky sacks?
Yes, hell yeah.
No, you did not.
Hell yeah, I sacked.
Did you smell like the Chipotle, whatever it is? The
patchouli.
Yeah.
I did not smell like patchouli, but even so, again, yes, I messed up.
But you're 18 or 19.
Still, it hurts to hear those things in real life. Now, imagine the bullying cyber, to have it like that in the public sphere.
You do understand you deserve it. We just went for a walk and we are commenting on things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, there's certain things that need to be commented on. And I think that you're the reason why we should bring bullying back.
Okay.
Now,
this is not going how I thought.
But by the way, how many?
You started this out by saying, you said in episode 1 that you were not a bullier. I don't believe you. You bully me all the time. You are a bullier.
That's not true.
Because I was going to ask you initially, in The Karate Kid, the original, did you actually relate to Daniel because he was Italian or because he was an underdog? Because I don't think that you were an underdog. I think you were a bully.
Well, why do you say that?
I was an underdog. I got my ass
Well,
kicked.
let me ask you this.
I was way more of a Daniel. Fine, you were Italian, but who cares?
You went to Johns Hopkins or Bernard Hopkins High School, whoever it was. In child psychology, what are the 3 most traumatic things for children?
Number 1, first rule of child psychology: don't talk about child psychology.
What do you think the top 3 are?
That are traumatic to children?
Yeah. Any particular order?
Top 3 things that are traumatic to children.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Dreadlocks and rollerblades. No. Seeing grown men.
Avoidance.
It's divorce,
Okay.
death of a parent, and moving.
Okay.
Okay. I went to 15 schools.
Yeah.
I experienced the first two as well.
Right.
To go to different schools.
Lurking at schools does not count as going to a school.
I'm just saying, when you go to different, you're the new kid.
Yeah.
You get picked on. You're gonna get in fights. You just have to stand up for yourself, and you can't let things bother you. I know it's hard. Now, again, for you to make that assumption because some third grade girl said you were gross, and then you have gross hair and rollerblades.
Why would you bring up Lauren Seltzer?
That's your Cobra Kai.
I left Lauren Seltzer out of this episode for a reason.
I'm saying is that you're automatically assuming that, oh, poor me, I had this, and this. Everybody goes through it. Everybody.
I know.
And to think that I was a chubby kid. I looked like I smelled like cheese. That's what an ex-girlfriend once said. There was a picture of me. I was like smiling. I looked like a frog. She goes, "You look like you smell like cheese." But that's why we're comics.
See, you have your Cobra Kais too, Brett. It's okay. It's okay.
No, but the cyberbullying thing is awful to children.
I know, but it's funny because my instinct is to be like, that's not real bullying. I'll show you real bullying. But it is real bullying. It's not like it's a completely different animal
to children.
And in a lot of ways, it can be a lot worse than real bullying because again, it goes around. That's why you have like these high suicide rates with. Anyway, next.
Well, then there's real bullying, and we're getting both here.
Again, by saying that,
there's physical bullying.
Cyberbullying is not real bullying.
You know what I mean.
And I just want to say to all the kids listening, we're getting cyberbullied right now.
We're not. Look, children are exempt from everything. Okay, young kids are exempt from everything. It's all new to them. They're exempt. It's when you see adults that's what bothers me, and that's what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Not children, adults.
Right. Because you do cyberbully adults all the time.
I don't even respond, man. Do you read your comments?
I do.
See, why?
Well, they come up. First of all, the comments under every video that I ever post are, "Oh my God, it's Falafel Phil. Look at Falafel Phil.
Yeah.
Falafel Phil, Falafel Phil. Falafel Phil." Everyone's going to comment under this video, Falafel Phil, Falafel Phil. It's what they do. I will never leave the shadow of Falafel Phil. And you know what? I'm okay with it.
Well, Falafel Phil's a great shadow to be in.
Yes, Falafel Phil.
Well, but no, because the other question is, what's the purpose of it? Or do you take the compliments with the same grain of salt as you take the insults?
I don't know. It's funny. I would like to say that I do, but I think the compliments I just gloss over, and then I see one thing of
and that's
like,
what stands out.
Look at how big his dumb forehead is, and I'm like, I do have a big forehead.
Somebody told me I look like the Costco guys now. Like there's some guys that go to Costco.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's like a family.
That's hilarious.
Can I be honest with you, man? I laugh at a lot. And I'm not just saying I laugh, but I'm always shitting on myself anyways on stage.
Yes, but I know you intimately, and I know you're a very sensitive boy.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that. No, the other thing I was going to go over too, which I thought was funny. I don't know if we're there yet. When they were talking about the costumes in school.
Well, let's start with the advertising. So first, what we're doing is we have to advertise Cobra Kai. They're advertising Cobra Kai. They need to get more students. He needs to pay the rent, and a very fun montage of him with his printouts and like going to the park. Flyers. What's up, Brohan? And like
he goes to the guys. Yeah, hey man, kicks get chicks. He's like, well, we were just gonna go over and talk to him, but I guess we should take karate.
So good with his headband, and he's starting to feel a little insecure, and it breaks my heart so much when he feels like he's being made fun of. But Johnny,
all of his promoting is antiquated.
It's hilarious. Oh, but it brought back so many memories. Like when he like rolls the flyer and puts it within the fence holes. I was like, oh, that's so good.
Did you ever? We skipped something. I want to go when they were talking about the culturally sensitive costumes, but
oh, that's right.
And then. But getting back to as a kid, did anybody ever like a store ask you, hey, hand out flyers, we'll give you $20 or $5, and we would just throw them in the dumpster and say we handed them all out?
No, I never did that. I would barking for comedy spots.
Yeah, I meant as a kid.
No.
You keep going to your adult, like, what do you consider? 18 and up doesn't count. By that time, you should be adjusted.
Okay.
I'm talking about like 10.
Okay, got it.
Did you have odd jobs?
You don't
at
have
10?
to be a dick about it. You see how you could just say, "Oh no, I'm talking about like 10."
Oh,
you started that off with like, you keep going back to, no, I'm actually just having a normal conversation is what I'm doing.
all right. I'm curious because there was another little Easter egg, 80s Easter egg, which you may be too young to be familiar with. Where
I'm
Johnny,
definitely too young. Whatever it is,
it was an OP shirt. Do you remember OP, Ocean Pacific?
Yes, 100%.
I think he's wearing an OP shirt, like
Really?
a long sleeved OP shirt. I have to go back and look again. I couldn't really tell. I'm curious if what's his name? The head of wardrobe. If he put him in an OP shirt. Or
Wait, we should know his name. Hold on. Wait, I want to give him a shout out actually.
So anyways, I noticed he's in an OP shirt. Which,
Yes.
But I'm wondering if Frank put him in the OP shirt, if that was his call, or if it was the EPs are like, yo, we got to throw in the OP Easter egg.
Shout out to Frank, by the way. Frank is the epic wardrobe, the head of the department. The whole department's great. Frank is amazing. He actually designed a lot of like all the Cobra Kai, the gear, the hoodies, the outfits. Shout out to Frank, and very fun guy, and helped me pick out some shoes. Turned me on to a wonderful artisanal Italian shoe brand called Officina Creative, not to be confused with Officina Generale.
Not to be creative, Officina Pacific.
Officina Pacific. Okay, so now we are. Oh, you wanted to? So now it's Halloween. It's Halloween. Halloween is coming up, and it's time to get costumes for the Halloween party.
And then I thought it was funny again. The teachers trying to explain the culturally sensitive costumes.
That's the thing. That's the thing the kids are doing now.
Which when I was growing up,
you told me all your costumes were in blackface.
No, we used to get these costumes. They came in a box. They were like, it was a plastic mask with a rubber band.
Yeah.
And like a plastic, I forgot what it was like. And then like a picture of who you're supposed to be on it.
Oh, weird.
And they came in a box. You had to get them at the drugstore when we were kids. But I never dressed up for Halloween after like maybe 10 or 11.
There's nothing I hate more than the adult who goes to a Halloween party who doesn't dress up in costume.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that does.
No, I hate the people who don't.
Halloween's for kids.
No, wait. I'm saying I hate the people who don't dress up.
I thought you were going to go the other way.
Oh, no.
All right, can I tell you this quick
Halloween's
story?
for kids, then don't go to a Halloween party.
Then
don't go to a Halloween party.
No, I'm not. I'm not going.
Okay, great.
I just think it's odd.
It's odd that for one day you get to play make-believe, that adults get to...
You play make-believe for a career.
I do, but I think that it's a good thing for adults to have a night.
Maybe on Halloween you be an adult, be a man, dress up like like you're going to work, because you're an actor. You play make-believe all the time.
I dress up like...
Wait, can I just tell you this funny story?
Okay.
I don't know if you'll find it funny so I was judging this Halloween costume contest.
When was this?
It was like a few years ago. And
why were you judging a Halloween?
Does it matter?
Yes, absolutely it does.
I was asked to judge it.
Where was it? At a comedy club?
No, it was at a casino.
You were asked to judge a casino.
This is not important.
This is very important. A casino had
I don't want to mention where, because they might use me again. But
oh yeah, you don't want to jeopardize this amazing gig of being able to judge a Halloween.
I'm not telling this story.
No, I want to hear it.
I'm not telling.
No, come on.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
No, you kind of ruined it.
No, go ahead. So you're judging a Halloween costume.
And all right, so these people went all out. Now there was like a $5,000 prize. That I understand, but this guy was dressed as Teen Wolf. Came running out, and I mean, he looked like the Teen Wolf. He had the eyes, the teeth, the hair, the Jack Tripper headband, the little shorts, looked amazing. This guy probably dropped at least $1,000 on the costume.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's doing his Teen Wolf stuff. I was telling Verzi this story. And then, everybody's clapping. And then he lost to like a hot nurse. But this is the part that I thought was hilarious. Now he has to walk through the casino dressed as the Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
As like a loser. And people wanted to take pictures with him. I mean, this is like a 45-year-old man.
Right.
And you know, and he's this in the pictures. Then he gets in his car, and now you got to drive home dressed as the Teen Wolf and take it all off, looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And you just lost to a hot chick dressed as a nurse, and I just thought that was priceless.
Well, what's priceless is that you, as the judge, had the power to make him the winner.
The audience judged.
Okay, got it.
You know, they all clap. The other thing I was going to ask
hilarious.
you, and we can get back to this. Did you, because I know where you're from, like the northeastern area, they had the night before Halloween was called Mischief Night. Some called it Goosey Night, I think in the Midwest. But it was the night where you would go out and like throw eggs and destroy stuff. Did you partake in that?
I did. Yeah. A couple of years we would egg and we would throw toilet paper. In hindsight, I feel bad about it because we would go to like kids that were, I don't know who's.
So you were a bully.
I guess I was.
Yeah.
I might have been.
We never targeted anybody specifically. You just went on this rampage.
Yeah.
But when you get older and you own shit, then you start to realize, God, that's a dick move.
Such a dick move. There's that. Yeah, I think that's what real maturing is. The day that you realize that egging a house was a really fucked up, dumb thing to do.
Oh, we did more than that.
What would you do?
Oh, we just did a bunch of dumb shit.
Can you please expand? We're having a conversation.
But Mike Young, you know Mike Young?
No.
Oh, he has a great joke where he's like, you ever have that one friend, and I apologize, Mike, but it's one of my, I'll paraphrase it, but he's like, you ever have that one friend that just takes the pranks way too far? Like, yo, let's egg the Johnson's house. Yeah, then we'll toilet paper the tree. Yeah, then we'll kidnap her fat dad and hold him for ransom. And you're like,
yes.
What?
I want to know what the worst thing was that you did on Halloween.
Not to a personal property, but we used to play in factories and stuff and set shit on fire and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we would light tennis balls.
That big factory fire in downtown Manhattan where all the sewing women had to jump out of the window.
We would light tennis balls on fire. I don't know if you ever did that.
No.
Dip them in, and then kick them off the roofs. Which, you know, you're a kid, you don't realize what you're doing.
What are you, like a militia? Like what is going on here? Jeez. All right,
we would take our muskets.
Yeah, really. So Daniel is spying on Sam.
Which I agree with.
Again, we went through that. We agree. You agree with the spying. I think I'm okay with the spying, especially if I feel like my kid is messing with the wrong crowd.
And I want to shout out, we have a Homeless Lynn sighting.
Homeless Lynn
with the sign. We're friends on Instagram.
Back
Facebook.
in the show. She was in the first episode. Shout out to Homeless Lynn. And now we have Miguel helping Billy, which is it's really endearing. He's helping him with the website. He makes a really beautiful website. He starts listening to Guns N' Roses.
No, it's Rat.
Oh, he starts listening to Rat. Yeah. And
he Googled Guns N' Roses.
Right, he Googled
and then discovered Rat.
Right. And so to thank him for that, Billy says that he's going to learn how to kick. And boy, is he excited. Until he finds out his ways. And Billy basically wraps his arms together and throws him in a pool.
Yeah. And the best line is, are we supposed to be here? Yeah, I know the janitor.
Right. And we find out later he had no idea who anyone was. But he does learn how to kick.
He's like, come on, we got to go.
He learns how to kick. He learns how to kick in the pool.
Which is kind of Miyagi-esque.
Yes,
in
it is.
Billy's way.
It's a little bit of a wax on, wax offy type thing. In Johnny's way. Johnny's way is like Miyagi, but like it can get you put in jail. And then we get to our Halloween night, which again, beautiful homage to the movie. Miguel doesn't have a great costume, and boom, Johnny gives him the iconic skeleton costume.
Now, getting back to you dressing up, do you still dress up for Halloween?
Yes, absolutely.
What would you go as a vampire? You look like you'd be a great vampire. All you got to do is just put a peak here. And you look like Count Chocula.
I've worn the same costume for going on 15 years now, every single year.
Which is
I dress up like Ratatouille. I dress up like a chef, and I put a little cute rat on my head.
Oh, God.
Like Ratatouille, my favorite character. That's what I do. Sorry, I don't judge whatever stripper Halloween costume contest that you're judging. I go out and I experience merriment as Ratatouille.
Well, I could relate to the sheet and and cutting the eyes out.
Oh.
That was your typical poor kid outfit. So you had 3 poor kid outfits.
I thought you were talking about when you were in the KKK.
Talking about Miguel's costume.
Right.
So you had 3 poor kid outfits growing up.
Okay.
You wouldn't know this because you were never poor.
Right.
You
Very
had
wealthy.
that one in the
Exceptionally
box.
wealthy.
The one in the box that I was talking about. Mm-hmm. Then you had like a hobo, which is basically like your school clothes, but with makeup on, like my mom, and then you would have a stick with like a thing on the back.
Yeah.
It was like homemade.
Yeah.
My mom made all of our costumes.
Yeah.
And then there was the ghost, which was basically a sheet
with holes in it.
But you could never have the good sheets. So you would use the sheets that like you build forts with in the room. You
right.
know, so it would be like a powder blue sheet with pink flowers on it.
Right.
And that's when he put that on, I was dying. Because they're like, all right, it went from a ghost to a superhero and a cape. I thought that was brilliant.
It was very fun.
I just loved that.
Also, like, as the child of immigrants, like immigrant Halloween costumes are always hilarious because your immigrant parents don't get what Halloween really is. And like, they just want to fit in somehow. And so, yes, you get a weird hodgepodge of things.
And also too, if you're raised by because my grandparents helped raise us.
Yeah.
Then you have that.
We get it.
We have that generation with like Depression era prices in their head.
Yes.
So everything they buy is just the store brand, the generic sneakers, like because they're just, you're like, hey, you have sneakers, be happy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then the other thing too is the plastic pumpkin. Like all the kids who had money had the plastic pumpkin, but if you didn't, you had a pillowcase. That was where you put the candy.
You're fucking making this shit up now.
I'm not.
You're making this up.
Any listeners, please comment if I'm making this up. This is a commonality amongst kids that didn't take a limo to Bernard Hopkins University.
I feel like you were watching like Oliver Twist as a kid, and you must have been like falling asleep while watching it, and you think that you were Oliver Twist.
No, what
you're like, you know what it was like, and then you'd wake up and have a bowl of gruel.
Please, can I have some more
out of a wooden bowl?
Well, to you, that's not. Oliver Twist is poor. That's not poor. That's just lower middle class income stuff that we all experience.
You're right. I grew up with a silver spoon. My immigrant parents, who came to this country with nothing.
A lot of money.
No, they didn't. I know you like that story, but I am a self-made man. Okay? And I'm just like everyone else. I put my Rolex on one wrist at a time, just like everyone else. All right, so we have our Halloween, and automatically the skeleton walks by Daniel Russo, and Danny has a little PTSD.
Well, we also got to mention that he made himself the chaperone.
Oh, that was a cool move.
Yeah, it was a cool move.
You like that?
And
move.
He also went on the computer to look. I have something big to show you.
I have something big to show you. Right. So Kyler says that he texts that to Sam. I have something big to show you.
Now, in defense of Daniel, again, as a father, that's a right response. Then act like you don't know, make yourself the chaperone.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to later when he catches him. He has every right to say, why the hell are you two in a room by yourself?
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to make like a ghost.
Here's my question. Okay. I didn't have game when I was in high school. But who would, let's say we find out later it's a redirect. He wasn't talking about his penis. But who would text that if it was your penis? Hey, I have something big I want to show you.
Well, I think in the writer's room, they had to do something ambiguous to make it look that way.
Yeah.
When it wasn't.
Yeah. Obviously. No, I know how TV works.
Yeah.
Okay. I know this is all make-believe. I know that Cobra Kai is not a real
kind of
world.
like your Ratatouille costume.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Do you really have a little mouse? Can you please send me a picture of that?
I absolutely do.
Can you please? Is there a way, like, if we're on a page where we could post his dreads? And do you have any pictures of you with dreads?
I'll show you. Yes, I do.
Oh God, you must have looked so annoying.
I looked really bad.
And then I got bad pictures too, like Guido. Like I used to.
What do you mean? Like a picture you took last week?
No, like I used to go out with just a vest on.
Oh my God.
And then And then I got to see you in your Ratatouille costume.
It's an iconic.
It's actually pretty. That's a pretty creative costume.
Oh, it's very creative. People love it.
Yeah, my girl loves that movie.
You know what's not creative? Wearing it 15 years in a row.
Have you ever entered a costume contest?
No, I haven't.
Good.
But I've definitely like, you know what will happen is like Halloween will go by and I'll be like, I'm never wearing this costume again. This is ridiculous that I've worn this so much. And I like throw out the rat. And the rat, what the rat is, you know those hair things that girls wear that like holds their hair back?
You mean when you work in a kitchen?
No, it's like that thing. It
Oh,
looks like
the scarf.
Looks like a horseshoe.
Like a babushka?
It looks like a horseshoe that they put to hold their hair back.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you have to go buy one of those, and then you have to get like a chewy toy.
It's got like the teeth in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you have to get like a chewy toy, like a rat chewy toy, and you sew it or tape it onto the top of this thing. So it's annoying. But I would come back and be like, okay, Dan, you're a creative person. You're not wearing the same costume again. And I would throw the thing out. And then without fail, the next Halloween, I'm scrambling.
What's
it's the
your
day of.
thought process?
It's the day of, and I'm like, I gotta scramble. I gotta go to Target. I gotta go to a pet store. I gotta get my chewy toys, and I make it happen.
As a middle-aged Gen Zer,
right?
What is your thought process while you're sewing a squeaky toy to a hair thing?
Well, usually it's where
15 years in a row.
Where did it all go wrong? That's usually what I'm thinking. I wipe the tears off my face and I sew that little rat on.
And do you use like those chef's hats?
No, I don't put a chef's hat on, but I have a chef's toque. I have a chef's jacket and a chef outfit.
And where would one buy those hats? And do chefs actually wear like the burger chef hat?
I think the only people who wear the
Chef Boyardee
burger hat are probably at like corporate restaurants, like a Applebee's or whatever. You don't really see that in real.
Because I worked in kitchens and cooked, and I had to.
Oh, cooking meth doesn't count.
I had to put my hat. I could wear a baseball hat, was fine.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine working at Hooters, cooking, dropping wings with the Chef Boyardee hat.
Shout out to Hooters wings. Way better than you think they're going to be.
Dude, those Daytona wings that they make now, they weren't there when I cooked there. They're phenomenal.
Did you cook at Hooters?
Yeah. Cooked at Hooters, cooked at I worked at a deli, like on Saturdays and Sundays. I would cook, do breakfast and stuff like that.
I care more about the Hooters cooking. I would like
You know who doesn't care?
No.
The people listening.
Right. So we get back to our Halloween party. And it is time for the reveal of the big. I got something big to show you.
Oh, are we at the fight yet?
No, I think it ends with the fight.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. It does.
First, we have Daniel walking in on Kyler, being like, "Let me show you something big." And for some reason, it's his grandma's bracelet. But for some reason, he hides it on where his dick is.
You really don't.
He puts where his penis.
But you really don't understand that.
No, I know. I get that, but it's like...
No, I'm saying that maybe I'm wrong. We can ask the writers, but the character is probably doing that so she could play around down there. Like almost like, oh, it's in my belt. Can you help me get it off?
Oh, so you think he actually did want to have
on purpose because he lied about the thing, which you find out that he uses that on everybody. It's fake.
Oh, that's right. He does say he lied about it. I'm sorry. You're right.
So I think he put it there so she could do that. Now, getting back in defense of my cousin.
First of all, can we talk about my innocence that I truly thought, oh, his bracelet just happens to be in his crotch area because he has no pockets.
Did you pick up on that? Yeah.
Mara, he's talking to Mara. This is a podcast. People don't know who you're talking to when
visuals.
you just look at people and talk to them.
Let them.
Jesus Christ.
So
anyway.
But again, in my cousin Daniel's defense.
Yes.
Okay. You're a father.
Yeah.
Your daughter, who's dressed as a Laker girl,
yes,
is in another room with a pirate, touching his belt. Instead of going, Dad, what are you doing here? I'd be like, Dad, it's not what you think.
Right.
And then I'd be, get out, and then be like, what are you doing? Why are you walking away? Why do you have to go in a closet or in a classroom?
Right.
To unbuckle,
Yeah.
And why are you falling for that?
Right. You're better than that, Sam.
That would have, as a father, that would have gotten my head.
Would you have beaten up the guy?
No.
No?
No, he's a kid.
Yeah. And then we get to our fight scene. We get to Miguel's big fight scene where he is confronted in the bathroom. Again, mirroring the movie with the fight scene in the on the Halloween fight scene in the bathroom. Yes.
Hawk's costume.
What is he wearing again?
He's a plastic surgeon that works on cleft lips.
Oh yeah,
that's
hilarious.
his costume.
Hilarious.
I thought that was great. But they're not confronted because remember they run. Miguel, being Miguel, having that fire inside of him, says, "I'm not running."
Yeah,
and now he sets it. He
strikes first.
He strikes first.
He strikes first.
And he caught a beating, but he went out like a soldier.
He did, absolutely.
I was proud of him.
And Johnny,
who's hanging posters in the school,
comes up upon him, sees his star student languishing on the floor, and part of him probably thinks, "What have I done?" Probably thinks, "What am I getting myself into?" Don't you think?
You think Miguel says that or Johnny?
No, I'm thinking Johnny is probably thinking.
I'm thinking
that.
Johnny's like, "I'm proud of him."
Oh, I think Johnny. Because the guy is he's like dead on the floor. He's like,
yeah, but that's a good thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we used to have a saying, it's only skin. And, granted he got jumped,
right.
but he said it, he let him know. And he'll let him know again.
We used to have a saying as well, which was, "I'll call my lawyer." And that would also usually take care of it.
Were you suing people at 15?
Oh, left and right.
And you rollerblade away. If you touch me, I'm suing.
Yeah.
And then you just turn around and rollerblade away.
Yeah, exactly. Just blade away. I wish blades would come back, man.
No, really?
Yeah, I do.
You can bring them back. You can order them on Amazon and put your Speedo under your shorts and go skate with your fanny pack. Did you have a fanny pack?
I did. I did have a fanny. I swear to God, I did. It's a very sensible mode of transportation for your goods and your keys.
Be honest, okay? Because I know. Be honest.
Yeah.
Were you doing that because you wanted to get in shape, or were you doing it because you wanted to meet girls and rollerblade?
Oh, no, it was definitely not for being in shape. It was really fun. Me and my friends would do it together.
But that's why you did. Were you like, "Hey guys, this could be fun. Let's all get rollerblades and dreadlocks and bike shorts and fanny packs and go rollerblade together." There's other things you could do.
You know that no one believes that you weren't a bully?
Why?
Because this is coming so natural to you. To find something that I was passionate about, that I loved when I was younger.
Can you define bullying first?
You search for someone's vulnerabilities.
No.
Yes, and you hone in on them like a heat-seeking missile. You have that ability. You have it in you, and I don't believe that you never exercise this, and that I'm the first person that you're using it on.
I guarantee you 200%, if there's anybody that's watching this and knew me from back in the day, I was friends with everybody. And on top of that, it's not bullying you. It's just calling you on your bullshit, okay?
My bullshit of enjoying rollerblades? Why is that bullshit?
You're an adult, okay? And to me, bullying is picking on people that can't defend themselves. Or not even that. I mean, just undeservedly picking on somebody.
So I deserve to be picked on for
according to you,
17-year-old me.
We're just having conversations. I'm not hitting you because you rollerbladed. I'm just curious the thought process behind it. That's all.
Rollerblades, it's exhilarating to rollerblade.
What's wrong with four wheels?
There are four wheels, but they just go one in front of the other.
So okay.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we weren't at the roller derby like you were.
I used to go roller skating all the time at the rink.
Wonderful episode, building up of the tension. Love where it's going.
I don't like where we're going. I don't like this. Our relationship is starting to get toxic.
I don't know that you and I are going to survive this, but we are. That does it
we're in a toxic relationship.
That does it for episode 3, Escuelito. Tune in for episode 4. It's going to be a banger. And in the meantime, follow our socials. Social of the pod at Sweep the Pod. Social of me at Stand Up Dan.
Social Brett at Brett Ernst. Brett with 1 T. And also make sure you like and subscribe, which we can repeat that again because it's now time for Wax On, Wax Off.
Oh,
you forgot because these people are sending their questions in, Dan.
Here we go. Ready?
All right, hold on. Are you going to go first or am I going to go first?
Let me go first.
Go ahead.
Okay. Flyer campaign or web design?
Me personally, flyer campaign, but Today's day and age, I'll pay somebody to do the web design.
Got it.
There's no way I can do that.
Can
you code?
Can I code?
Yeah.
No, I don't think you have to code. I think ChatGPT is going to take all those jobs.
All right.
Cobra Kai skeleton costume or Karate Kid skeleton costume?
I go Karate Kid skeleton costume.
Yeah, hell yeah. Push into the pool training or wax on, wax off?
Push in the pool.
Really?
Push in the pool, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't know how effective that is, but swimming is great exercise. Swimming is the only exercise where you work every muscle in your body. Except for your hands, because he's tied up.
This episode is brought to you by swimming, apparently. We're sponsoring swimming now. We're plugging swimming's wonderful cardiovascular. Yes.
What's your pick on that?
Okay, no, now I get the three others.
Push it to the pool or wax on, wax off?
Well, I'm going to say wax on, wax off because, and I'm going to open this up a little, I do a lot better with positive reinforcement than negative reinforcement. I'm being serious. Like, I need to be told, even if I'm doing a bad job, I need to be told, you're doing great. Let's do this differently.
So you need other people to validate you? You can't do it on your own? I'm serious. It's a serious question.
No, I think as my default is I'm doing awful. So if I'm told you're doing great and then also change this up, that's how I work a lot better under those
Did you play any sports growing up, team sports?
I played rollerblading again. I would rollerblade with my friends, which I guess that's a team sport.
No, it's not.
So
that's
yes,
an extracurricular
I played
activity.
Team sports. I played.
No, for real, I'm asking. Didn't you play soccer?
No, I played football, but it was in middle school, and that was like just a defense mechanism.
You really played football?
Yeah,
I never knew
pads,
this. But why'd you make fun of me? Because I played ball.
I didn't make fun of you. I think it's a poor. I think honestly, you know how you feel like you shouldn't let your daughter be in that situation with that guy. I feel like it's very irresponsible to let your children play football because of all the head helmet stuff, the helmet injuries.
What about soccer?
That's fine.
Yeah, well, soccer's number one for head injuries.
Is it really?
Yes.
Great. I'm not going to sit here and defend the most boring sport.
You know what number two is?
What?
Guys falling off the rollerblades and hitting their head on the concrete.
Dude, I did some moves on my blades that if you saw, you'd be like, whoa.
Could you skate backwards?
Yes, hell yeah.
I could never do that, man.
Oh.
At the roller rink, I used to have a girl push me.
OMG.
That's how bad. Did you just say OMG?
Yes.
Buddy, come on, man. There's like levels of hate that I can't have with you. You did not say OMG.
No, I was totally kidding.
All right, good.
Yes.
LOL.
Okay, anyway.
All right, so Johnny's brash guidance or Daniel's overprotectiveness. Dude, these are fun. Whoever sends these in are great.
I like brash guidance. I don't like to be in an overprotective situation.
But you need reinforcement. You need positive reinforcement.
I do need positive reinforcement.
So that's kind of brash guidance. They don't go hand in hand, buddy.
Okay. Fine. You caught me. What is this? Judge Judy? What's going on here?
All right. Miguel's homemade Deadpool or Johnny's skeleton suit?
I mean, the homemade Deadpool gave me way more laughs, so I'm going to go with homemade Deadpool.
I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah.
Snooping on messages or showing up at the school dance?
Showing up at the school dance. I'm a very anti-snooper in relationships, in anything like that. Like I'm very anti. Like I can be with a girl that suspicious could be cheating on me, and her computer can be open in the messages, and I won't look. I just feel like I have a very deep ethical issue with that.
I'm both.
Have you ever stalked a girl's phone or like gotten into her computer or anything that you were with? That's a yes. That pause is a yes.
Well, this is what I did. First of all, when I was married, she had all my passwords. You can go on whenever you want.
Yeah.
Because
Guido 287
it's when you're on the road, you know, there's already a level because there's trust issues. So just whatever can make them feel easier. I got no problems with it. But if I phone check her and she doesn't want me to see it, yeah, I'm that's a red flag.
Interesting.
Because, what do you got to hide?
What do you got to hide? Interesting. I don't see it as that. I feel like you have a right to your privacy.
Yeah, but it's still different to me.
Yeah, but what do you got to hide is like the argument that people make when they're like, like let's say someone's suing you to the ground. It's like, hey, stop. I didn't do anything wrong. Well, what do you have to hide?
But it's reciprocal. So it's not like I'm not snooping. Like, yeah, let me see your phone. And she could check mine. I don't care.
Yeah, but you're probably really good at like hiding stuff in your phone.
Not really. I am no way near technically.
That's true, actually.
Sound.
You didn't even know what Find My Friends was.
Yeah, I have no idea. No, it's just, looks, I'm on the up and up. And, you know, relationships take trust, but this is different. This is your child.
Right. I think.
And when we're talking about cyberbullying, guess what? There's way worse things than cyberbullying online.
Yeah.
And you need to, I don't know how to be a parent today. That would be awful. I mean, I talked to my brother about it because, you know, his daughters are young. And, you know, especially young girls, they're so impressionable. And there's a lot of them, you know, like you said, like what they did to, what's her name, that poor girl eating at the table.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Because
like
young people they're not
with the pig
adjusted
thing
with it.
when Aisha?
Yeah.
Aisha with the pig thing.
Aisha. Yeah, Aisha. We can't forget that again. It's ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's awful to a young girl. That's just terrible.
Yeah, you don't know how you'd raise a child right now.
Now, let me ask you
Which
this.
is actually good news because no one wants to have a child with you. So I think you're in the clear.
Thank you. Well, obviously my ex-wife didn't.
Yeah.
She checked my phone.
Hey, 0 for 1. 0 for 1.
No, dang, I forgot what I was going to say again.
Well, this has been the longest exit of an interview ever.
I forgot what I was going to say again. I got to stop doing my shows in Vegas and then flying here. We got to pick a different day.
Yeah. Thank you for listening, everyone, and to hearing the drones of an old man who's going senile as well. Thank you, Brett.
Or to an old man that's in denial that he's old.
My hair is naturally this color. We will see you on episode 4.
Right. And once again, follow Sweep the Pod and make sure you like and subscribe.